and go. Wow, 50. I'm not even done yet. I'm not done. Jenga and his base spirit are just not like this. That was the anime quote of the day. I think maybe we'll start this new segment calling it anime quote of the day. A little on the nose, but I don't know, I think we could pull it off. Prince of Mercury out here doing his push-ups, trying to bring some justice back to creation. Or I should say bringing some justice back to creation. As Master Yoda says, do or do not, there is no try. And though, like, you know, this is supposed to be a shorter segment, maybe I'll elaborate on that. The premise is that your intention must be pure and you must not have doubt in that intention. So, and that's really the concept behind, you know, faith, what they talk about in, like, you know, spirituality and religion and whatnot, is that you must be the first one to believe in that idea before anybody else does. So, especially if you're somebody who comes from a place where there's not a lot of cheerleading that had been going on in your life, like myself, then this is especially relevant for you guys, because, like, when you're surrounded by an environment that gives you that momentum to start off with, then it's different versus when you're in a situation where you have to generate that momentum by yourself. So, and that's why, you know, a lot of us who, you know, have this kind of backstory arc go into things like personal development, or, you know, finding spirituality, or bettering their life through, like, going to the gym or fitness or intense training of some kind. So that's kind of the real premise behind that. Got some iced tea out here. So not iced tea, iced tea. So this is white tea that has ice in it. So, little tip also of the day, white tea, if you're somebody who's into the whole, like, spiritual, herbal, you know, no fluoride water BS, well, that concept that it's no fluoride is not BS, but fluoride is BS, and that you should not be drinking contaminated water that affects your pineal gland. Essentially, fluoride is very low in white tea. White tea is essentially the same as green tea, except it's aged less. So it's a little extra spiritual tip. So let's get on with the next set of push-ups. We're at about 100 right now, I believe. Yeah, second set, I think that was. So let's continue on. Come on. strength is the only thing that matters in this world. Everything else is just a delusion for the weak. A strong man stands above and conquers all. You got an extra anime quote there, actually. Mr. OG Vegeta. I would say, in my personal opinion, like, top 3 animes of all time. I would say first, for me personally, Beyblade Metal Fusion or Beyblade Metal Series. And then second, either Dragon Ball. I think Dragon Ball is probably, contrary to popular opinion, I'm gonna put it at number 3. I'm gonna put Inuyasha at number 2. Because, I don't know, Inuyasha kind of explores themes like beyond just that of friendship. It also explores like, I guess, like love between, like, obviously Inuyasha and Kagome, which is, she's the, not gonna spoil too much, but the a reincarnated priestess of his first love. So yeah, she's this reincarnated girl from a different era who's basically spitting image of his first love, Kikyo. So, and then it, you know, obviously there is Sashomaru in that show. So, you know, Mr. Aura himself. Yeah, I've never seen, like, in all of anime, character move with such agility. So, that's a big thing when it comes to battle, agility. I think for the most part though, like, remember that traditionally I would say that you're being in the right place is more of a quality that enhances your ability rather than just speed itself. Don't get me wrong, speed is important, but the ability to already be somewhere or to instinctually know what the right move is, a little bit like Goku's Ultra Instinct, is another power in of itself. This video is like 10 minutes long. I think I'll probably make this into a YouTube video. I originally had planned for this to actually be just a little 1 minute clip of me doing push-ups, but I don't know, I feel like I'm onto a roll with this energy, so let's just keep the momentum going. So that was set 3. That was set 3. So we're on to set 4. So yeah, I'm doing 50 a set. Then after, so I have 2 more sets left. I have set 4. Wait, no, hold on. In the midst of training, I'm similar to like Goku attempting to do math here. So 50, 50, 50. So I have another 50, then another 50, and then another 50. So this set 4 will be, so after this set I have 2 more sets. And then it'll be up to 300. I don't know, I'm like, I don't know why it's probably the heat, which is like the main thing here. Cause like normally 300 push-ups wouldn't be a struggle. I'm doing them probably more like frequent than I would usually do them because obviously we're recording, meaning that I'm taking like less rest time in between my sets. But I don't know, like typically without that factor and without the heat, 300 push-ups wouldn't be as challenging for me as it is right now. But again, this is part of the training too, right? It's not just your ability to actually get the exercise done, but get the exercise done with the limitations placed on you either through the environment or some other means. If you guys are wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm grounding the energy. You should always do that with whatever exercise you're doing, whether it's on the pull-up bar, on the bench press, whatever. Make sure you always have your balance before you get the bar up. Make sure before you do push-ups, you always have your energy planted, rooted, connected to the earth. And remember, breathe. Everything breathe. Six, 7, 8, 9, 40. Nine. Remember, most of the time it's not about beating some like external person, like, oh, this person could do more push-ups than me or whatever. A lot of like egotistical people, especially on the internet, think that way because they're like, oh, this person, like, they think they're all that because they could do this. But remember, most of the times that's coming from a place of insecurity because they don't have that innate ability to do that thing inside of themselves. It's the same reason that poor people hate on rich people instead of like learning from them, right? So remember, most of the times, or I should say always, you should be competing against yourself for the most part. Unless, well, even if you are competing against somebody else, it's your own obstacles or mental hurdles that you have to overcome typically to beat that person in whatever you're competing against in. Like if you're in a race, if you're in a fight, whatever, it's all about, can I overcome and transform myself into the version of myself who can be one who can surpass this obstacle. Because it doesn't matter if like you have that energy within you, because if you're focused too much on the other person and trying to beat somebody else, you can't raise to your own potential. Like you might beat them in the competition, but your energy will sink back down to that level it was at before because you didn't really learn from that. You just pushed your energy to a slight, for an instance, slightly over that of the opponent. So what you should really be doing is focusing on doing battle against yourself. When I go in the gym, and like especially if it's on like back day or whatever, it's me and the pull-up bar. But the pull-up bar is also a reflection of myself. I'm there competing against myself. So, you know, this is why I say, like, to all the guys out there, you know, like, don't like give attention to these like goth mommies on the internet, because you should be marrying the pull-up bar instead. Don't get me wrong, goth girls, you're still hot, but you know, if I'm gonna look at who's been there the whole time, pull-up bar has been there the whole time. Pull-up bar never left. This is why guys fuck with the gym oftentimes more than they do with relationships nowadays, or women in general, because if we're like going to look at what actually has value to us, the gym has never left us. The gym has always been there by our side. It's always been a reflection of that effort that we put into development. And if we were actually in a relationship where we felt that we'd progress in the same way we do from the gym as we would in a relationship, guys would be in relationships. Like, we wouldn't be just like down to solo everything, right? But like nowadays, like in the 21st century, we're down to solo everything, because we know that we're better off working by ourselves and not having like dead weight, basically, or a weak teammate. Because you want, if you're gonna be a team, if you're going to participate in some kind of team sports, would you rather play on like by yourself against a whole team, or would you rather play against a whole team with a partner who is just going to hold you back? So this is the same reasoning behind why like guys are now appreciating the gym more than things like relationships. And to be honest, that's how it should be, because you know, as a guy, for the most part, you are on your own. And you know, if you are lucky enough to find that one person who is going to actually be the one and like by your side, will not abandon you at the last second, then like that is a worthy teammate. And you should be that person for them too. You should be like the same reflection of somebody who can reciprocate what they're giving, right? Make good on that trust that you put in them. If this pisses people off, I don't care, because I'm spitting facts. I know I'm spitting facts. And if you don't buy into anything I just said, then you're a hater, because power of true love can conquer all. So, and I don't know, if you're just if you're some hoe out there hating, then I don't know, probably it's because you never knew what real love is meant to feel like. So, you know, how is it they say, I pity the fool, I pity the fool, I pity the fool. So I think that in the essence of what this really comes down to, I think guys and girls, and I'm talking to the ones who have that genuine like love and purity and authenticity in their heart for that relationship that they want to have, pity the fool, because like most people out there do not have the strength to actually be in a proper relationship, because they don't have the strength to develop themselves. A lot of people are not worthy, simple as that. And it's not that they don't have the potential to be worthy, it's just that they don't have the current capability to exercise that ability, because they haven't demonstrated that within themselves, right? It's almost like going to learn how to be a successful businessman from somebody who's not a successful businessman or doesn't have a business, right? Like it doesn't make sense, right? So you're going to attempt to form some kind of connection with somebody who doesn't have what you're looking for. And this is why chosen ones, the ones that have that truth in their heart, who are aligned with the principles of Thyatira, if you're familiar with the Bible, and Revelation 2, then you know what I'm talking about, who have the Church of Principalities, then don't worry, the cosmos is saving you for that special one person. And that's why you don't meet a lot of people, because it's simple as they're not worthy. So just keep that within you, because remember, vibration attracts vibration. And if you're not meeting people, it's probably because, as simple as, they're not the right one. So once you accept that, and once you realize that, like, when somebody who actually is a match for you comes along, then it will happen. Then you're well on your way, and all you got to do until then is just keep focusing on yourself. Keep giving yourself that love that you would show to that person who is the perfect counterpart for you, the twin flame, if you will. Two, 33, 34, 35. 36, 7, 8, 9, 40. Now I'll show you the Kaioken times 10. Oh boy. I'm enjoying this, Jenga. I'm enjoying it a lot. This is what a battle should be like. Kyoya, go to Beyblade. Don't get me wrong, I acknowledge you Ryuga fans out there. Salute. But Kyoya was like, he was day one, bro. He was day one. Like, when you saw this guy pull up, you know shit was about to go down. And I have respect for characters like that, because, like, even I would say, like basically, Kyoya is almost like the Vegeta of Beyblade, except like he was almost always on the same level as Jenga. But I have a lot of respect for like characters like that, who even though they're not MC, they still have like that arc of like they got stronger by themselves. Like they didn't rely on anything else to do it for them. Like Goku, for instance, when he goes Super Saiyan God, he has like basically all the Saiyans give like them or give him their power, right? But as he said, Vegeta had to figure it out by himself. Same thing with Kyoya. He had to go out in like the wilderness and get stronger by himself, right? Dude was battling tornadoes. So this is essentially like what I'm talking about. That ability to get stronger by yourself is something that I feel like it's innate within you. It's just up to you to draw it out. And that doesn't mean you can't be an MC like Goku or Jenga. and like rely on your fellow, like, you know, blader spirits or your friends or, you know, Saiyans to help you get like a power boost. But I'm just saying that I acknowledge the rest of you who know how to get stronger by yourself, because like that is a skill that most people do not have, right? So it's always, can you overcome, can you overcome, can you overcome? And that doesn't mean that you always have to face up against struggle. It just means that you're willing to push yourself to your limit and beyond, regardless of what situation you're in. You know, things are going bad, push yourself to the limit and beyond. Things are going good, push yourself to the limit and beyond, right? So that's the principle here. All right, last set. Jeez, jawline's looking good in the sunlight. See, the light's not so good on this side. You turn around and boom. This is like the paradox of Instagram right here. Like, you know, you got the hoes who, like, you know, be like, oh, I gotta get the light looking like this and whatever. And it's like, boom, you turn around, the light's gone. It's all smoke and mirrors for these hoes on Instagram. Remember that. Remember that, warriors. It's all smoke and mirrors for these hoes. You know, they think just because they got OnlyFans that they're just shit, but don't worry, they're not. And secretly, deep in their hearts, and if they're watching this, they know I'm right, they're not satisfied. They can get all the money from, you know, showing pictures on the internet, but it's not gonna fix what's wrong deep within themselves, right? Deep within their soul, they will innately feel that there is something wrong and that they cannot fix with what they're doing and any of the attention that they get. So, but in essence though, my message is this. Not that burp. My message is that regardless of that factor, the concept remains that a lot of what you see on social media and all the internet is smoke and mirrors. And if you can continue to just only derive the benefit from that, in the sense of watch what you feel is helpful to your development, watch what is assisting you in some way, watch what is assisting your growth, then you have figured out the key. Because smoke and mirrors only last for so long. But the thing is, people like you and me, when we actually like do things like the traditional way, I wouldn't even say it's the hard way, it's the traditional way. Because the fact is that smoke and mirrors are nothing but illusions. You know, when the time comes that you actually need strength, it won't be there for you. Because the fact is, what you have created was not built on strength. It was built on some kind of facade, right? Or illusory thing. But for people like you and me, when we need that strength, it will be there for us. Why? And it will win every time, because it is built on strength, on the traditional way of doing things. It's built on the actual reality. It's not built on an illusory reality. So this is it, right? I encourage you, if you're into psychology, look into cognitive dissonance, because that's basically what it is. It's people deluding themselves by the image that they have on the internet to be something, or to think that they are something that they're actually not. And this is the biggest problem with the internet. It supports illusory stuff rather than people who are authentic like you and me. So, like, all of this that you're seeing here, this is unedited content. And with that being said, come on, go! Come on! I just don't want to lose. I just don't want to give up. Ah! Me, I'm just a sorcerer. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will make my own future. That is the sorcerer's spirit. OGs of Metal Fusion, hopefully you recognize that line. I'll reference in the description if I get comments, being like show or episode or whatever, referencing that quote. I'll link it in the comments below, but only if it's requested. Got like the bar set up outside. I don't drink, but it's a nice place to relax nonetheless. So that was the workout today. I think I only started recording at set 2. But I'm gonna cut this off before I run out of storage on here. This has been the Sword of Mercury. Brought to you by, of course, as always, the Prince of Mercury. So maybe I'll start this series, just me out here doing like some exercise, push-ups, pull-ups, whatever. And I'll give you guys the anime quote of the day, just to let you guys know, all your fellow warriors, that there is somebody out here who not just is a representational aspect of all your internal thoughts around mentality and development and whatnot, but is here to remind you that you are not alone. You're like, it's like with Jinga looking off into the crowd as he battles Kyoya for the second time. Remember, Jinga, you forgot the most important thing. I'm not battling alone. And with that, I encourage you guys to like and subscribe to help support the channel. Share this with anybody who's into like fitness or development or anything like that, because it really does help support the channel. And make this at least help to start building this community, because that's what I really want to do, build a community in which like all of you feel like there's a place where like you can go for like some development or some tips on development, or just feel like you're not by yourself in this journey, because I know how alone that can feel when you're out there battling by yourself. But remember, what's in your heart cannot be lost, right? It's a Last Airbender, OG Last Airbender, not the crappy new version, like the animated version. That's a quote from that. What's in your heart cannot be lost. So remember, you carry everything that you need already within you. It's up to you to draw it out. Whew. So yeah, I will link my podcast down below, Moonstruck. Check that out. It's actually being picked up by Rogers TV. So stay tuned for updates on that. I encourage you to check out those episodes, check out the Rogers platform and check it out on there if you're interested. I am located in Canada, so you'll probably have to search on a specific like Rogers Network in order to find it, but I will let you guys know when that happens. I will keep you guys updated on both my channels with information for that. I encourage you guys, as always, to check out the other channel, Moonstruck, so you guys can just like also to find that same content on that platform without having to look around too much. Yeah, stay tuned for any new updates, as well as daily information on all this stuff. Anyway, I'm rambling. That's been today's video. Out here in the backyard doing some push-ups and some training. So if you enjoyed this, comment exercise below, and I will continue to make this kind of content. So as always, brought to you by the Prince of Mercury. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Remember to follow me on social media, and I will see you guys in the next video.